Hello everyone, welcome back. So we are going to be doing something that is a new installment on my channel and people really enjoyed it. So I see that the chat are ready. We have a bunch of tomatoes in chat. I absolutely love throwing tomatoes, especially when there are people I hate, which is interesting because today we're going to get to a lot of people that are probably going to be a-holes. So we have a series on the channel where we do Am I the A-hole, which is going through the subreddit. And it's basically where people say things in their lives and they're like, am I the a-hole? Help me out. Now, this new one that we've started doing, and by the way, can I say thank you so much for the love on the first one? It was like, it like trumped any, I hate saying that word after like Donald Trump. It was absolutely, the reaction to it was 100 times better than Am I the A-hole, which I wasn't expecting. So this subreddit is called True Off My Chest, which is where people come and just say things in their life, and it says on it, they don't want opinions, they don't want advice, and they don't want anyone preaching at them. Which is so... I love it. Because you know that these people probably suck. Or they've gone through things that we can talk about. So this is not like us being like, am I the a-hole or whatever. We're going to discuss it because we're like dramatic bitches. But let's get to this. So this first one is the most talked about one right now, and it says, my wife's obsession with plastic surgery has made me lose my attraction to her, which is an interesting one, and we're going to get to it right now. I've been married to my wife for 6 years now. Okay, so this is a 6-year-long marriage. Let's keep this all in context. When we first got married, she said she wanted to do minor cosmetic procedures to her face to help with her insecurities. She'd been insecure her whole life, so I was supportive as I could be. She got lip filler and Botox in her face. Queen. After a few months, she got more lip filler and her lips looked scary to me. But she said she was very happy with them, so I didn't say anything. Next, she wanted to get her boobies done. He didn't say boobies, but I just really want to say boobies there. Again, she was happy with how they turned out, but I thought they looked weird. They were big and stiff, and my wife is a petite and skinny woman. Did Colleen write this? And she has a bony little back. So it just didn't look proportional. Oh my god! His wife is Wendy Williams to the rest of her body. But again, by the way, that is not body shaming. Wendy Williams, her full thing is saying that. But again, it made her happy, so I was fine with it. Last year, she said she was going to get a BBL. She's getting the full experience. This time I actually told her I wasn't going to support her on this one because it's a dangerous procedure, which, by the way, is a valid thing to say. I mean, going into any surgery is dangerous. Being put under is dangerous, and especially a surgery like BBL. Depending on how much money you spend, what doctor you go to, what regulations in the country that you get the surgery performed in, it's all very important. So I think him saying that he's not in support of it because it's a dangerous procedure, I don't necessarily think that there is something wrong with him saying that. I'm going to be honest. There was a story on the internet that went viral a month or so prior about a woman who died during her BBL procedure. It is very, very, very intense, the surgery. And I was scared. I asked her if she could see a therapist or a psychiatrist about her body dysmorphia before doing this, but she refused and said it didn't help whenever she was trying it before. She said she was doing it with her own money anyway, so I didn't have a say in it. I shut up and took care of her after the procedure. I was so glad she was safe and that the procedure went well, but in all honesty, it was horribly done. This is like a professional hater. The doctor made her hips so wide. Her thighs and waist were really small again, so she didn't look proportional. He's like a certified hater, isn't he? Now, the problem is I genuinely don't find her physically attractive anymore, and I don't know what to do about it. I want nothing more than to be madly attracted to her as I was years ago, but everything she's done to her body makes her look slightly terrifying to me. I love her and don't think that that will ever change, but I hate having sex with her now. I don't enjoy it, but her sex drive has increased since the BBL, probably because she's more confident now. Whoa, we do not need to know all this. Meanwhile, mine has tanked. I thought of talking to her about it, but I'm not sure what to do besides it just making her feel bad. There's nothing that can be done now anyway. She's confident and happy in her body for the first time in her life, and I don't want to ruin it for her. So I obviously won't ever say anything to her about this. I love every other aspect about our relationship, so that's just going to have to be enough. I obviously cannot say this to anyone in real life, so I just wanted to get this out there. Okay. What is our opinion of this? Here's my thing. I think there's something to be said about the fact that he's openly acknowledging that this is the first time that she's probably, confident in her body and that he's happy for her. And I think it's also important to note that he's not saying this to her face because he knows that it would ruin her, and he's not saying it to people in his life, and he's posting on an anonymous thing here, right? But I think not recognizing your partner anymore from them looking like a different person, or, looking like a different person that you fell in love with, and going out of their way, I think is also a valid thing for him to say. I think I would have a different opinion of this if he had said, like, I told her after everything she looked ugly, or I don't recognize her, or anything. I understand where he's coming from completely, actually, and I also understand why the wife is doing it. They've been married for 6 years, and this one's difficult. Obviously, these are not posts that we need to give opinions on. And it's just, I think it's valid for him to feel this way, and I think it's valid, and I think he's going about it in a way that isn't going to hurt the wife's feelings. Like, I think he's valid for, like, not recognizing the partner anymore, or, like, maybe traits of her. And I mean, this is all, like, physical things, obviously, that he, doesn't recognize in her anymore. And that's also valid. And it's also valid for her to do what she wants with her body and make herself feel as confident as she wants. So I don't necessarily think that this is a situation where anyone's in the wrong necessarily. I think that he's obviously stressed out the more and more procedures she does because they're getting more and more dangerous, which is valid. He also is feeling less attracted to her because she doesn't look like the woman that he once knew, which is also valid. However, she is able to do what she wants with her body, and he necessarily shouldn't, he doesn't control that, and he doesn't dictate that. So I don't think that there's anyone necessarily in the wrong for this, but I also think that there's something to be said about, he's speaking here about, this isn't the person I recognize anymore, and obviously that has completely to do with looks, and it's like, he's openly acknowledging as well that, like, there's other things I love about her that has to do with, like, her personality and things about her. So this isn't him saying, like, I just love her for her body. It's him saying that, like, I'm not physically attracted to her anymore. I still love the other parts of her, but I'm no longer physically attracted to her. So he's not putting her, he's not, I think that this is someone who truly loves their partner, and I feel that if he didn't, he would have gone about this in a nasty way, and I don't think he has gone about it in a nasty way. I think this one is really, really, really interesting. I think it's interesting. Obviously, we don't have to give opinions on this one, but I think that this is fascinating because, yeah, he's not saying that he's not attracted to this person or he was only ever attracted to the body, because he's saying, there's other things I love about her. But I think there's also something to be said about not recognizing your partner anymore if they look like a completely different person through many, many, many surgeries. So that's an interesting one. Let me look up another one. All right. Okay, this one's short. My husband said, "Hold up, because men are talking," during a dinner. We went out Wednesday night for dinner with all of the friends. It was our friend's engagement dinner. It was a group of us, and I interrupted my husband while he was telling a story, and he said, "Hold up, honey, men are talking." Everyone else started laughing, both the men and women. I awkwardly laughed since everyone else was laughing. I was embarrassed the whole night and barely said anything. Husband asked me what was wrong when we got home, and I said that I was being short with him and told him what was wrong, and he claims that he was joking, but he apologized for hurting my feelings. I'm trying to get over it since it happened the other day, and I'm still holding a grudge. All right, here's my thing. That is just rude in general to say. I mean, if you're interrupting your husband's story because you want to add something and he's saying men are talking, he's putting on his big balls because he's obviously with his friends and stuff and feels that, oh, it's my turn to speak and stuff like that. I think that that is something to be annoyed at, and I think that he didn't know that the wife wasn't adding something to the story, and there's not a case of you have to press a fucking buzzer to speak, especially if you're, married to someone. I think this was incredibly rude on behalf of the husband. I feel that the wife has every right to be annoyed at this, and I think that it is like casual, misogyny. I think it is just like men are speaking now. I think that's very, very, very annoying, and that is something that was a very short one, but it's completely valid for the person to feel annoyed at. This next one said, my 25 female, so this person's 25 and female, boyfriend, 30 male, okay, cheated on me and now wants me back. Okay. Before I read this one, I want to give an opinion on something, and I want to hear people's takes on it. So, I've never been in a relationship, but I have been in situationships where I've like gone on dates with people and we've been like romantic. But there's been like no like labels, kind of thing. Like I've never dated someone, right? And even though the situationships don't have labels, I always go into a situationship, or if I'm like, going on dates with someone, I date with purpose. Like, I don't engage in hookup culture. Like, even if it's a situationship, like, I'm dating with purpose. And surprisingly, Wendy Williams said this once. She was like, I'm too old to be dating for like not a purpose. Like, I'm dating for a purpose. Like, I'm dating for a purpose of like trying to find a relationship or something like that. And I am 100% like that as well. And so even whenever I'm in situationships, I have like open conversations about like, well, I'm, looking for something, and they're always like, okay, well, we'll give it a bit of time, or blah, 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 right? There was a situationship I was in, probably like a year and a half ago or something like that. And, so obviously we weren't in a relationship, but we were in a situationship. And, I find out that the person had also been sleeping with my best friend at the time. And I confronted both of them about it, and both of their things were like, okay, but like you were not dating, and you like were barely in a situationship. My ass hasn't spoken to either of them since. And here's my thing, right? I I don't like that. I never want to like even emotionally open up to someone in a romantic way or kind of like that, and them be with someone else or something, which is why I like can't do hookup culture, which is why I would love to like do like one of the sit down videos talking about like hookup culture and stuff like that, because it's something I really can't engage in for my own mental health. So for me, that was something where I never spoke to those people again because it really, really, really hurt me. And that was for me, once someone does something like that to me, and keep in mind we weren't even like officially dating or anything like that, I like something like a switch goes off in my head where I like despise that person. Like, that sounds so dramatic to say, but like I genuinely do. Like, I do not want to be around you or talk to you ever again. Um so whenever I read ones like the following, I haven't read this yet, but like where they're like, I've been cheated on and now they want me back or something. It's always interesting reading them, because if that situation was in my situation, I'm such a stubborn person. And I really do hold a grudge, which I think we've seen on YouTube. And I never, ever, ever want to give that person the time of day again. I really struggle, even whenever it's like friendship fallouts, to give the friend a chance to speak again. Like, I really, really, really hold a grudge. It's one of my worst and best traits. But anyway, let's hear this one. As the title says, my boyfriend cheated on me and now wants me back. We immediately broke up after he confessed this to me. He said it happened whenever he was drunk. After breaking up, he called me and he said he realized his mistake. Wait, after breaking up. Okay. After breaking up, he called me and said he realized his mistake. And he said he can't live without me and wants me back. Okay. Also, I see someone in chat saying this. Being drunk is not an excuse to cheat. And I think in general, being drunk is just not an excuse for anything, actually. I hear that all the time. I hear people excuse bad behavior in general on being drunk, and it is something that really bothers me. It is something that really bothers me. Who's to say, girl, that he's not going to get drunk again and do it? I don't know. Maybe you're a more forgiving person than me. I said I can't forgive him and hung up. He's been calling and texting me from different numbers. I'm conflicted over this whole situation. See, that's how they get you, queen. He's a rich and smart guy, but he's broken my trust. No money or looks matter over loyalty. But why did you tell us he's rich and smart then? Come on, girl. Tell us the truth. We were in a relationship for 5 years, and it was honestly the best thing that ever happened to me. See, here's the thing for me as well. The longer you're in the relationship, the worse the cheating is to me. Like, keep in mind how much of a vendetta I held against my like friend at the time in my situationship, who, were sleeping together behind my back. And that was only something that like lasted like, 3 to 6 months or whatever like that. Could you imagine? I would be crazy. 5 years, and you cheat on me just because you get drunk once. I would turn into the most evil deranged person you have ever met in your entire life. No. You don't want to talk about 9/11. And it was honestly the best thing that ever happened to me, and it was sad thinking that this is the end. I'm not very familiar to Reddit, so this will probably be not the only kind of post. Or wait, this is probably not be the kind of post that you usually see. Well, I appreciate it either way. All right, let me get my take on this. The longer you're out of bad situations, start to romanticize them. This is something that happens. And I don't know if people have talked about this at the extent that I talk about it with my friends, but for example, say you go on a vacation and say you had the worst time. Like, say every single day of that trip you were miserable. At a certain stage down the line, most people will look back on that vacation and be like, it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was in the moment. This is like a scientific thing that human beings do. Whereas when time goes by, you start to second guess things, and you also have like rose colored, stuff on it. And I do this a lot. I've done this with friends. I've done this with trips. I've done this with like even memories of school. I remember there was a certain stage where I was like, was school really that bad for me? And then a couple nights ago, I sat down here and filmed a video, and I was near fucking tears recounting the stories that happened in school. Because the longer you're away from something, you start to become neutral on things again, because you don't feel as passionate about them, because you're not thinking about them as they had just happened. This happens a lot with people, like I said, when they go on vacations and stuff like that. So this person saying like, this relationship lasted for 5 years and it was the best thing of my entire life. A big reason you think it was the best thing of your entire life, other than it possibly being it, is because you're so far removed out of it now and you're single that you're starting to only think of the good memories and you're starting to romanticize it. So to this person, that is something that happens. It like scientifically is something that happens. Girl, do not get back with him. Like, you were with him for 5 years. I know you don't want any advice, but you were with him for 5 years and he like just cheats on you. Especially him just like going out and doing it whenever he's drunk. Like, girl, seriously, you were together for 5 years. You are going to spend the rest of that relationship, if you get back with him, worrying about every time he goes out drinking with the boys. I'm interested. Chat. If you were in this relationship for 5 years and your partner cheated on you, and 5 months down the line, would you get back with them? Spam the chat now. I'm interested. Would you get back with them? I wouldn't. I'm too stubborn. Okay, I'm seeing a lot of no's. Really? No one's saying yeah? I don't believe that. I don't believe that there's not one person in this chat that would... I'm seeing a yes. I don't believe that there's not a couple people in this chat that would get back. I said yes, someone said... I'm seeing an overwhelming amount of no's. But I am seeing like 1 or 2 yeses. Someone said I'm quite open, but if someone breaks my rules. Someone said maybe if he has money. Well, we hear he does. I would have gotten back within the first week. You're real for that. But I think that's a really interesting one. I think that's interesting. Let me look at another one. There's so many interesting ones, but a lot of them are so... Oh my god, look at this title. My husband's eyes are blue. Joshua! Joshua! Joshua's blue eyes! The open is this is an anonymous post. I am writing this with one hand because I am holding a ukulele in the other. All right. This next one. Joshua. Oi. All right. My mother gave my daughter an allergic reaction. Uh-oh. My female 43 mother always fed me lots of peanuts when I was little. She always talked about the benefits of them, and it never really bothered me since peanuts are fine. Now that I'm an adult and have my own children, I occasionally use them in foods, but not too often since they are not my favorite things or anything like that. Recently, however, my youngest daughter, female 10, has developed an allergy. Okay, I don't like where this is going. It started quite suddenly, and we took a trip to the hospital to confirm it. After that, we never really have peanuts in the house. I mean, clearly, you would just be a careless parent if you did. Someone said, man, I love peanuts. What kind? Dry roasted? Dry roasted and salted. I think if I was allergic, I would still eat them. They're that good. If I go, I go. At least my taste buds are enjoying it. Cashews. Love it. Ooh, I haven't had honey roasted. Ooh. Does her being a teen mom matter? What? This person is 43 years old. What? What? Girl, read. Or listen. Alright. Okay. Did you think the mother was 4 plus 3? Is that what okay. So the daughter developed a peanut allergy. They went to the hospital, confirmed it. Never have peanuts in the house anymore. Okay. And if we do, we keep them separated for whenever we want to eat them at nighttime. They are such an addicted peanut household that they smuggle the peanuts in at nighttime when the daughter goes to sleep. Sunflower butter. Girl. Wow, this household are crazy. They need their peanuts. She was there from okay, wait. This week I took her to my mom's and told her about the allergy. She seemed to understand when she said she won't feed her any peanuts. I am already so confused. Why are peanuts such a big part of these people's lives? You know what I mean? Peanuts seem like such a big issue in these lives. That's crazy. You have to not even just give pre-warning, be like, she loves them, keep them from her. This is crazy. She said she won't feed her any peanuts. She was there from morning till dinner. So if the mother gave this mother's daughter peanuts within morning till dinner, she's just evil. When I left to pick her up, I called my mom about the fact I was coming, and she told me they were going to start eating. When I arrived, I find my daughter in panic and crying on the floor. She was shaking and her eyes were really, really red, and she was gasping for air. My mother was next to her, trying to give her water and calm her down. I instantly knew she was having an allergic reaction. Girl, you were warned, but also, why are you feeding her peanuts from morning till dinner time? Why are you just why are they so why is this family so obsessed with peanuts? Your daughter, so this mother's daughter, her mother fed the mother of the mother's daughter peanuts. Why? Do we not have anything else? Why did she feed her? We didn't have an EpiPen because she only takes it to places where she can't be 100% sure that the food is safe to eat. I took her to the hospital and gladly she recovered quickly, but it was really scary for both of us. Earlier today, I went to my mother's house and blew up on her about the fact she knew about the allergy, and she said she wouldn't put peanuts in the food. Where do the peanuts come into the food? Are you just putting peanuts in regular food to kill your granddaughter? I don't get it. What, you're eating McDonald's and you're sprinkling a couple fucking peanuts in there? That's attempted murder. All she said that was my daughter said she loved peanuts before all of this and didn't believe the allergies can just form overnight. Wait, so the grandmother was going out of her way to test the limits of peanuts? Oh, so this grandmother was literally attempting murder. She was going out of her way to test if she really was allergic. I don't know about all that. That is literally especially her not having an EpiPen there, that is literally attempted murder from the grandmother. Graham, put the peanuts down. Seriously. This is crazy. She did not bother to apologize. Oh, this grandmother hates this granddaughter. Since she didn't think she had done anything wrong, and she didn't know about her serious allergy, even though I did tell her about it. I most likely won't let my daughter anywhere near her for a while without my supervision. Okay, first and foremost, can someone verify something for me? If you purposefully gave someone an allergic reaction and they died, would you be, like, what happens in the court? Can someone enlighten me? What happens if you knowingly are giving someone something to give them an allergic reaction? Because I believe that that's what happened here. Would you be charged for murder? Call Emily D. Baker. That woman has a life. I am not bothering her at 1 a.m. my time. What degree? Or, like, probably gross negligence or manslaughter. So fucking Mima was trying to kill the granddaughter. Someone said, you may want to tell your mother about the woman who... Okay, so it's basically saying that this has happened before where people were, like, knowingly giving people allergic reactions to kill them. I wouldn't allow my child back with Mima at all. Like, at all. At all, actually. Why is she treating the child like a lab rat? Seriously. Literally, like, it's so... Okay. Let me read this one. It bothers me that my wife doesn't wear her $8,120 engagement ring. Babe, give me it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I just got a manicure as well. I'll take it. My wife and I have been married for 9 years. She loves vintage jewelry. She's a collector, so she wanted a very specific engagement ring, which is fine. We all have our own things we're into. I collect old bills. Okay. Interesting. Anyways, yeah, good word to just move on to. Anyways, I got her her dream engagement ring she absolutely loves. It's this vintage ring. She loves it so much that she keeps it locked away and only wears it for special occasions. Oh, we see where this is going. She wears her wedding band every single day and doesn't take it off, but she hardly wears her engagement ring. And it bothers me because I did try my best for her to get the perfect ring and she doesn't even wear it. I've talked to her about it and she said she's paranoid if anything happens to it. Even when she's wearing the ring on a special occasion, she makes sure she cleans it and locks it away right after we get home. She likes to store her vintage jewelry in her jewelry box, put it away in a safe space. Okay, you know what? I understand where he's coming from, like, completely. Like, he wants her to use it and show it off and stuff like this. But can I say something? Can I say something? I'm such a believer in enjoying your stuff and enjoying what you have. And for me, I would much rather wear the ring to death than store it. I'm someone who, if there's a collector's item, say there's a collector's item and it's a doll, I'm taking the doll out. And I'm putting that box away. I am such a believer in, like, using things. And I really don't like just buying things to, like, store things. I know that there is... My flight's in... Oh, God. I have to leave in, like, 2 hours. Anyway. I'm such a believer in using things. And for examples, like... pop vinyls. You know the little dolls? Like, pop vinyls? My brother collects them. And I know a lot of people collect them, right? And he has them, like, in all of their boxes. And I know that people love that and love storing them. I have a couple, and I have them out of the box. I don't even know where the boxes are. And I have them around, like, my desk and stuff. I don't know where they are now. I think they're over by my bedside. But I have, like, a Mickey and Minnie Mouse. And they normally sit on my desk outside of the box because I enjoy something having a purpose. Like, if I'm gonna buy like a necklace or something, I'm gonna wear that shit to death. Or if I'm gonna buy a ring, I'm gonna wear that shit to death. Like for me, I need to use things because I'm like, okay, I'm storing something for all these years just for me to die. And then what? I didn't even get to enjoy the stuff and now I'm dead. You know what I mean? Like, I understand there are so many people out there that like storing things and, are very protective of things. And that's what this wife's doing. She's not doing anything to slap this husband in the face or whatever. I understand where he's coming from as well. But for me, if I had like a nearly $9,000 engagement ring, I am going to use it and I'm going to be careful around it, but I am going to use it because, bitch, one day I'm going to be dead and there's going to be no proof of me having a $9,000 ring on my finger. You know what I mean? Oh, Adam's dead, but don't worry, he had a $9,000 engagement ring, but it was stored in a box in his fucking bedroom. That's just my personal take on it. And I completely respect and understand people, however, that want to store things. And I understand the reasoning for doing that. And I understand both sides in this. I understand why the wife's doing it. It's also a thing of respect. And I understand why the husband's annoyed. For me personally, I need to use things. I'm going to die and there's going to be no proof of me enjoying any of this shit. I'm trying to think of another example. This has been really common, especially after the Barbie movie came out, where people have been making videos online or tweets or something like that, of opening their Barbies. Like there's the original Barbies, and there's been so many cute videos, and they've almost made me cry. Almost, Heart of Rock in there, it's cold and empty in there. And it's this video that I saw, and there's so many like it, but it's this grandmother, and I mean, she's pushing it, so like, very old, and she gathered around all the grandchildren, and she had like 20 original Barbies from like decades ago, and she got all the grandkids to choose one, and they got to open it there. And they got to, take the doll out and keep the doll and take the box if they wanted it or they whatever with the box. And the grandmother was collecting them to hand down the boxes for generations. And after watching the Barbie movie, she realized to just enjoy things. And she allowed all of the grandkids to take a doll each. And it was a really cute video. And that's adorable but scary. I know, like after collecting it for that long. But it was just kind of like, that's my attitude. You know what I mean? Like if I'm going to buy for example, as well, like vinyl, like buying LP and records. I have so many friends who buy vinyl and do not open them. Like, don't open them. And I'm like, like, if you're buying it for a decoration piece, just print out a poster or something, right? Like, print out a poster of the album cover. Like, why are you buying a $30, $40 vinyl and you're not even listening to the music? I have a vinyl collection and I have, a record player and I use it. But for me, it's so crazy that, like, a lot of people collect vinyl to not listen to them. And it's no diss. I'm just saying that, like, this is, like, my opinion on it. And I have a lot of people as well that, the double fold LPs. I know a lot of people, and there's probably a lot of people in the chat here that only open the vinyl part. They don't open the double fold. And I think it's interesting. I think collecting is such a beautiful thing, and I respect it. Please, my brother is the biggest collector you will ever meet in your entire life. And a lot of my friends are as well. I just can't do it because I would hoard stuff. If I buy things, I need to use them. So for me, I'm the complete opposite than my brother. I need to use things, whereas he likes to like collect and store things. Me, don't like to do that. I like to use things, and things have a purpose. I don't really like collecting things. So that for me is kind of my take on that one. Someone said there's a fine line between collecting and hoarding. Yeah, and I do not know where that line is, and I would just then hoard stuff. Would just hoard stuff. Let me see. So we have this one. I don't think my fiance is sexually attracted to me. Interesting. You hoard vape stuff? What? Pick yourself up, queen. No shade, but no, this is a different post. My 33 female and fiance 32 male and I have been together for almost a year and are getting married in a few months. He is amazing and I can't wait to spend my life with him, but sometimes I wonder if he's actually attracted to me or thinks I'm beautiful. Can you imagine getting married to someone in a few months and thinking this? Like, literally thinking. Wait, they've been together for almost a year? Not the Ariana Grande mold. Ariana, is this you? First of all, you're getting married way too quickly, in my opinion. And also, by the way, I never want to get married. I just want to be engaged. Does that make sense to anyone? I don't want to get married, but I want to get engaged. I can have an engagement, $9,000, ring on my finger until I die. I do not want to get married. Once we get married, you've lost me. But I want to be engaged. I don't want to be married. Marriage is, for me, no. Engagement, yes. I love the idea of being engaged. I don't like the idea of being married. I don't like it. Not even for the benefits? No. I just don't like fiance sounds like Beyonce. I've never thought about that before. I've never wanted to get married. But what if you find the one? Then we're going to have the best engagement. And by the way, if my partner is so stern on getting married, then they're not the partner for me. I don't want to get married. I don't. I really don't. I said that at your age. Oh my God, I thought that was my mom. Jesus. I was like, bitch, you were married at my age. Was she? No. She was married at 23. No. What age was she married at? What is my mom to get married at? Did my mom get married at 20? No, I feel like that's relatively young. I feel like she got married at 21, but something's telling me 23. When did she have her first baby? What age did my mom have me? Did my mom have me in her 30s? Hold on. What age is my mom? Is my mom on famous birthdays? What age is my mom? Hold on. It's almost her birthday. I'm not going to say her age, but I want to figure out what age she had me at. What age is she now? 67? She is not 67. Oh, I put in the wrong year. My bad. My mom is not in her 60s, by the way. She would kill me if I said that. Shout out to all the 60-year-olds. Oh, okay. I do know her age. Sorry, I aged her by a decade. Sorry, mommy. Okay, so take 20 away from that. She had me at 30? Work. That's crazy. Sorry. Okay. Work. Because my brothers are a lot older than me. I think my first brother was born when my mom was 23. Then 23, 25, and 30. Is that right? No, 23. I don't fuck. Whatever. Okay. But this is what I'm saying. You've been together for almost a year. You're about to get married in a few months. And you don't even think that your partner is attracted to you. What is going on? He tells me I'm beautiful occasionally, but it is not a regular occurrence. And when we do the thing, he refuses to Okay. Basically, this person's saying that they're practically begging for affection. One of my love languages is physical touch, and sometimes I just want to be held or kissed, and he doesn't like doing that. It's all about him. I'm just paraphrasing and making this a lot more PG. It never happens. Um, Everything else in our relationship is amazing. I just feel like I'm never going to have the kind of life romantically I want, and it makes me a little sad. Basically, this person is saying that he is very selfish and never really does anything for her. I'm going to say that this person probably doesn't care about you that much then. And you know what? You have not even been together a year. Call off the marriage. What is going on? Girl, you don't even think he finds you beautiful. Just leave him. Just leave him. He's not the one. Not the one, mama. Not the one. Not the one. Wow, there's a lot of relationship problems on here. There's like, I want to leave my husband. I hate my wife. Fuck me. Woo. Someone said they want to kill their husband. This is crazy. I'll probably go back to Derry this summer. This is crazy. People hate their significant others on here. People really, really, really hate their significant partners. Okay, wait. We're going to read this last one because apparently everyone is fighting with their partners. Now, this is why you do not get married. You know. My partner has been stressing me out with money problems and immigration. My partner came over to my country a year ago on a work visa or work holiday visa, and it's nearly up. We've spoken with a migration agent about what our options are for him to stay, and he is not applicable to get a second work holiday visa, but other visa options include a partner visa and a crisis visa due to the pandemic. Ooh, I never thought about the kind of visas that could be, put in play because of the pandemic. I never thought about that. Whoa. The crisis visa looks like our best and most affordable option. However, one of the criteria is that he earns enough money to live independently. I know that is a thing because I looked into that whenever I looked at American visas for myself. His current job only offers him one shift a week. Okay. And he is lucky if he is even given more. I have been begging him for months to look into if he can get a second job or if he wants a new one entirely, but he keeps holding out hope that his current job will give him more shifts. Well, here's the thing. You're asking him if he can look other ways, and he's like, no, I'm comfortable here, and I'm going to wait. Yeah, motherfucker, of course you're comfortable. You're doing one shift a week. You're doing one shift a week. I've been begging him for months if he can look into getting a second job. It doesn't seem to matter, but he keeps holding out hope. I try to explain that I don't care enough to give him more work, and it has been stressing me out. He feels that there is only one other job option for him, and that requires a permanent residency. So financially, this person obviously has to cover for him. Financially, I'm the one paying for our food, bills, and rent, and I'm still able to save some money on the side for his visa. The partner visa is $8,000, and we don't have that kind of money. I barely spent $1,000. Wow, put that together and you get the engagement ring from the other people. Jesus, how the other half live, right? I barely have $1,000 in savings at the moment, and I'm scared I'm not, and I'm scared that's going to have to go to a plane ticket instead. Girl, your comment exactly. Girl, if you do not leave him, he's openly not searching for jobs and saying that he's comfortable doing one job a week, and you're about to go broke over this. Girl, leave him. Leave him. I hate to say it, but he's probably cheating on you too. Sorry. That sounds so nasty to say, but probably. Probably. He feels there's only other one job, but I'm the one having to do this, and I feel that I'm going to have to spend all of my money on... That I didn't fart, by the way. That was my finger. I promise you, I'm not just tooting away here. I'm going to have to spend my only money I have on a plane ticket, he won't, if he overstays his visa, then he won't be able to apply for another one or a permanent visa, which terrifies me more than sending him home. I've suggested getting more work and didn't think that they would bother training him. I've suggested sending him home until we can afford a partner visa, and he breaks down because he doesn't want to be away from me. What age is this man? It's just so hard, and I'm over waking up in the dark hours of the morning feeling stressed and mad about the situation that we're in. No, the situation he's put you in. He has overstayed his welcome. I don't know what to do, and it's becoming frustrating, and he doesn't seem to want to make a decision for himself. I can never seem to make myself ask for help from friends or family either, probably because of my own pride. I just hope we can work something out. Girl, leave him. Drop him. He is expecting you to do everything, and when you give him options, he's basically telling you, but I'm so comfortable. Please, dump him immediately. Immediately. Wow. The relationships are struggling on Reddit today. They are struggling on Reddit today. Wow. Well, let me know if you enjoyed this one, and if you want to do more of these, or if you prefer Am I the A-hole, let me know. God, the relationships are struggling, mama. Stop raising him, he's not your son. Yeah. Y'all. And you wonder why I don't want to get married. Because then that's my Hello, just burped. Because then that's my responsibility. Yeah, it does make you feel good about being single. All right, y'all. I'm gonna have to go. I have overstayed my stream by 30 minutes. So, in 2 hours, I have to pack, leave my cats at the cat sitter, because they're still here. The dogs are at the dog sitter. I have to leave them at the cat sitter, my friend. And I also have to have 9 hours of sleep within the next 2 hours. Sorry, hour and a half.